the Captain Marvel controversy. And the funniest thing about this whole thing, it was all started because a line in the first trailer was done in a way that you could read into it, and there was a fan base that was already pissed off that was just jonesing at their next target. They didn't need much excuse. It was like dropping a match on a stack of kindling. And it doesn't take very much for it to start the fire. The trailers was made out of house. Let's get that off to start, because at the bottom when the pictures change, you're gonna see my little notes, because honestly I did try to make this video a couple days ago and it took me a long time and everything, and I had to delete it. But that's not the point. The trailers, for most people who don't know, are made not by the studio. That's why sometimes the trailer will look 1,000 times better than the movie actually is. But then sometimes you'll have the movie that is better than the trailer. And for proof that the trailers were made out of house, you can look no further than Suicide Squad. When that came out, David Ayer shot a movie that was completely different than the one we got. He edited the movie that was completely different than the one we got. But the trailer introduced at Comic-Con got so popular that Warner Brothers asked the people who made the trailer to re-edit the whole movie. Which is why it plays, like a trailer. It has music in it. It has, like, almost every other scene. Because that's what trailers do. It tries to get your eye, get your ear, pay attention. Not saying the film's bad or anything, it's just it's made by a trailer company. And there are companies that make trailers. So the Captain Marvel trailer, the first one to come out, as well as the second one, the feminism is there, but it's justifiable. And it is so small or insignificant that it really means nothing. But once the spark caught on, the fire just grew. These people that were angry with it didn't need much to be angry with. They already had their fuss over The Last Jedi the year before. And any publicity is good publicity, so Disney saw that these people were going to give them all this free press. And hey, a lot of people will be talking about it. They'll know when the movie comes out. And in all honesty, I think they probably did use them a little, because if you notice, when it started affecting the box office, that's when Disney decided to have Brie take a couple steps back, and she started to explain her reasonings and explaining her sentences instead of just going off the cuff like she had before. She originally said that, I don't want white men interviewing me on this press tour. And then she went back and tried to explain herself that, okay, I would prefer, if a large entertainment house, like let's say Entertainment Weekly, wants to have somebody interview me, I prefer them to have a minority or a woman interview me. But if it is a small one, like the Palm Beach Post, that only has one writer for all the entertainment field, both movies and television, and it's a white guy, I'm obviously not going to not allow them to interview us for the movie. So she did take her steps back. And, because it started affecting the movie. It was originally supposed to make $180 million its opening weekend, and it lost $80 million when its controversy thing started. The already angry fan base. Yes, the fan base that was basically pissed off to begin with. The people that hate The Last Jedi, the fandom menace, which I don't like The Last Jedi, to be honest with you. I did cancel my pre-orders because I had pre-ordered both the film from Target and Best Buy because I'm a physical media collector at the point. And I canceled after seeing the movie because I didn't like it. I didn't want to own it. But I did eventually end up buying it. because Best Buy couldn't get rid of the steelbooks, and I had all the other episodes, and it went down to, for the 4K copy, it went down to $12 and something cents. So yeah, I broke down and got it, but I haven't watched it, so I can honestly say I am in their group, and I do subscribe to some of them on YouTube, but I don't agree with everything they're spouting. And I myself even made a video about Captain Marvel and their agenda when Disney admitted to what they were doing, because hey, any press is free press, and these people get a lot of talking points done, and a lot of people focus on them, so they wanted to use them for the free publicity, and they used them. But before this all started, before Captain Marvel was even released, like right after Endgame came out, these are the same people that were complaining and saying that Kathleen Kennedy should have to take courses on how to run things from Kevin Feige, how he's the greatest person ever to live in movie history, and how to run a studio, and how to do things properly. So now the tables have changed, and yeah, they don't like Kevin Feige either because of this. And the film hasn't even come out yet. And to me, as I said in my original thing about the trailer for this, is that trailers number 1 and 2, they play at the same quality to me as every other Marvel movie besides the 3 ones that were geared as comedies, the 2 Guardian movies and the Thor Ragnarok. The poorly spoken star, yeah, I already kind of covered this one with Brie Larson when her, she did speak out about how she didn't care about what white reviewers had to say about A Wrinkle in Time, because the movie wasn't made for them, it was made to speak to little black girls, and if they enjoyed it, that's all that mattered. So it's kind of like what people are saying about modern cartoons, like for instance the Ninja Turtle one that's on now, the Rise of Ninja Turtles. Okay, you don't like it, but do the 10-year-olds like it? And are they watching it? Yeah, okay, so that's what it was made for. And yeah, A Wrinkle in Time was a huge box office flop, so nobody really liked that one. So her words are there, but as I said, she just poorly spoke. And to get back to my original points about how the first couple trailers, the feminism was there, but it's justifiable. And that poorly worded sentence and how it was done. The sentence in question is, see what makes her a hero. But how they... And people are still complaining about this first trailer and her hero thing. With, you don't have a her and a hero. It's like the Quartering and the Geeks and Gamers people, at least Jesse. They are talking about, when they talk about the film and the controversy, that's the line they talk about. How they wanted to be cute and have a hero pop out of her. So, and I'll show you the line, I'll show you the part of the trailer in a bit with the line, so you know what I'm talking about, and how, yeah, that it's just a sentence that was not done properly with, see what makes her a hero. They wanted to be cute, and as I said, these people just were looking for be angry with something, and they got their next target, and Brie didn't help much. And the second trailer, with the woman who everybody thinks is supposed to be Monica Rambeau, the original Captain Marvel, the black lady, which is funny, they're attacking Alita Battle Angel and saying how it's whitewashed and everything, but they're saying Captain Marvel's perfectly fine. When Alita Battle Angel took a blonde-haired white guy and made him a white-haired white guy, where Captain Marvel took a afro-wearing black woman and made her a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white-skinned woman. Basically Hitler's boner. But the second trailer shows her and Monica, or Brie and Monica, talking about how, let's show these boys how it's done. And in the 1990s, I don't really know much about how the Air Force and all that was run, but in the Army portion of the American government, women weren't allowed in combat in the Army. So I'm going to guess that Air Force is probably the same. So obviously, if you joined up in something and you're there to do it, obviously you want to go off and fight with your fellow soldiers, but these women weren't allowed to. So if they quote-unquote showed the boys how it's done and showed how they were better than the men, obviously then they might change the rules and they might start allowing women in combat. So I think in the actual movie, these lines will the feminism probably will be there, but it'll be justifiable. It'll be kind of small. It won't be like third wave feminism of how all men are evil and we need to kill them all. It will be like second wave feminism, like we got the right to vote, now we want equal way of doing it. The thing that was still in the 90s, but in the 90s that's also when they kind of started getting everything, like the pay gaps kind of disappeared completely. Sorry if you believe in it, but it's not true. I've had different jobs to prove it, that women are paid more and they are doing less the jobs I have. But in other things, and then you have the whole saying about how, well, if you pay women less, why don't we just hire all women and don't hire any men and all that crap. But that's another can of worms that we don't need to open up off. And now we're going to go and show you the trailer with the line in it. And as I said, to me, I think this film will probably be along the same lines of like every solo movie after Phase 1. Same quality, same everything. It'll probably be like a B, at least to me. And yeah, I'm gonna review the movie, and I'll even make a video about. I know a lot of people are going to be quote voting with their wallets unquote, and not going to see the movie. So it could be a good viewer thing if I do a recap like I do for the Orville films for this film. So hey, they don't want to watch Captain Marvel, they can watch my video about it. Because hey, why not? It's not like anybody really cares, right? So we're going to go do the trailer for the proof of the poorly formatted sentence. And see you in a bit. I gotta hit pause and go to YouTube. I'm pretty sure the same people that made this trailer probably made the other MCU trailers, because I think Disney has probably used the same company, because hey, if it worked before, it will work again. And to be honest, I actually never saw this one or the second one in full like this. I actually ended up seeing them from when people were reviewing them themselves, like Grace Randolph or Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers when they were doing their reviews of it. That's where I saw it. And just like the other Marvel films, I wouldn't see this in theaters anyways. I'm not really the target audience for Marvel. But in 2019, here you go. Watch the gold. The letters, at least. Discover what makes, her a hero. That's the line. Discover what makes her a hero. So instead of just saying her a hero separately or putting a comma there to make it a whole sentence, they decided to go a little cute and make what makes her a hero and have a O pop up behind her. And because hey, this is Marvel's first female-led movie. Even though Wonder Woman came out last year, but that's not Marvel. And Elektra, we had all these other women. We've had all the other great female characters leading the action films, like the Underworld movies and Resident Evil and the Alien films and the Hunger Games and all that other stuff. But this is Marvel Studios' first take on it, even though after Black Widow and appeared in Iron Man 2, everybody wanted a Black Widow movie. After the Avengers film, everybody, including myself, because that's back when I actually still liked this series, everybody wanted a Black Widow / Hawkeye movie about their Budapest mission. So Marvel really did drop the ball on their women heroes, because they had one that everybody wanted, but they didn't want to do it. And now they've done one that people didn't really want, because if you look at the comics, Carol Danvers' stuff has been rebooted a lot. Like, I think her record is 5 times in the last 7 years. And that's pretty bad for one character. I mean, they should look to see what made Marvel and Monica Rambeau's version of Captain Marvel work so well, and try to implement that into Carol's story. It might work. But, you know, that's their business. It's the comics division, and I haven't read Marvel comics in years. I canceled my subscription shortly after the Superior Spider-Man ended, so I stopped reading all the Marvel stuff. And then I picked it back up for Star Wars, but then I canceled it when Darth Vader ended, and they tried to give me that Dr. Alpha crap. They tried to push that onto me, and nah, I didn't play that crap, so I had to cancel the subscription. Then Darth Vader picked back up, so oops. But hey, it happens. But if you want to know my thoughts on this, I think that Grace Randolph's 100% right after watching the trailers for these things to make this video. That, yeah, Captain Marvel is literally Shazam's title, Captain Marvel. Green Lantern's job, you know, cop of the universe. And She-Ra's backstory. You know, a girl, blonde-haired girl, who gets taken away from her home by the bad guys, the Kree. Had her memory erased, and slowly gains it back as she learns who she is to protect her. Well, she protected the country. This one protects the universe, because obviously she has Green Lantern's job. So, yeah. She is a She-Ra Green Lantern hybrid with Shazam's superhero title. Because Shazam is the god's name, Captain Marvel was the superhero name that he picked, that Billy picked. But, and that was the whole big legal lawsuit thing that other people have done more than myself. And probably better, because I'm not really that great of a YouTuber, to be honest. I kind of suck. But hey, you don't need to know that. You've seen what I just did. So I probably already convinced you that. But hey, if you liked it anyways, drop us a line down below, say hi, say you suck, say whatever you want. Thumb up, thumb down. That all helps out the YouTube algorithm. And are you going to go see Captain Marvel? I will be seeing it for review purposes, but I won't be seeing it because I want to. Like 90% of movies I've seen over the last year that I saw because I was doing reviews, and before that I was doing reviews for Instagram about movies, and I was watching stuff I would never watch. And if you go over to my Instagram, actually, you'd see that, yeah, I'm not really that huge of a fan of Marvel. So it's not like I'm hating on Captain Marvel because it's a female. No, I jumped on the bandwagon with everybody else because I don't like the studio. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Everything is the same. And hey, have a good one.